Hey everyone, it's Adam here from EVStraya. Welcome back to the channel and another YouTube video. Well, apologies, I've been a little bit quiet over the last couple of weeks. I had a work trip to Japan about 2 weeks ago, and then another interstate trip down to Canberra last week, which has kind of severely limited the amount of time I've been able to post on X. I've been a little bit more quiet on X over the last couple of weeks, but also make content. Unfortunately, my car was parked up in the airport for a week, where obviously I couldn't do too much. But last week I did a bit of a road trip. Didn't really have the opportunity to sort of create any content going down, as I was on work calls for a good chunk of it, so obviously not super appropriate to put up on YouTube or anywhere like that. But I'm back now, hopefully back for a few weeks. So I thought a good opportunity to make some content. Today, going to head out to the entrance on the New South Wales Central Coast. Haven't been out there on full self-driving supervised as yet, so thought might be a good opportunity to put the car through its paces. It's a cracking day here at the moment. It's 24 degrees, pretty sunny, pretty warm. So yeah, thought great opportunity to put the car through its test and go for a bit of a drive and sort of see how things go in that neck of the woods. About a 30-minute drive, 22 kilometers. So again, not super far. Bit of a mix of sort of some higher speed driving up to about 80 kilometers an hour, as well as a little bit more sort of suburban driving like you're seeing here, where we're sort of at 60, 70 kilometers an hour. So yeah, so we'll drive out there, pick up a couple of things, drive home, and then put the car on charge. The car needs a bit of a charge. The Model Y right now is charging off solar at home, so I'll get home and I'll swap them over and put some energy into this car. I did yesterday purchase full self-driving as well, so my trial expires today, that I was running on. So it expires on the 28th of September, which is obviously today. Not sure if it would have expired at midnight tonight, or whether it would have whether it sort of would have kept running throughout today, or what the go was. But I thought I'll get in early and do that upgrade from enhanced autopilot, which is what I was running before. Car taking the faster lane here to sort of move around. Would have hoped to have put the foot on a little bit rather than just overtaking one car there, but again, it was alright, did what it needed to do. But again, I probably would have waited patiently there rather than moving all the way around to overtake one car. But anyway, all good, no issues, worked, didn't cause too much of a concern. So yeah, so I was on enhanced autopilot previously. I bought that in December last year. Obviously there is the talk about full self-driving subscriptions coming very soon. Price wise, $149 Australian per month. In the US, they only offer one subscription pricing, whether you're on auto steer or enhanced autopilot. But rumor is here, again, I don't think confirmed by Tesla, but there was a post and an article during this week about people on EAP or enhanced autopilot paying a reduced rate of $75 per month to move to full self-driving supervised. So I'm planning on keeping this car a while, so I thought I may as well stump up the extra $5,000 to purchase it outright. Tesla obviously also at times offer the ability to move the subscription to another car a few times per year. So I'm hopeful that when I do want to upgrade, I can time it to a period where they are offering a full self-driving subscription, full self-driving purchase move to a new car. So that is sort of my hope, sort of moving forward. Obviously with the Model Y, so we have a 2023 Model Y. rear wheel drive, just has standard autopilot, so it does not have enhanced autopilot. However, I would consider subscribing here and there on that car to do some testing. That car we tend to use a little bit more if the 5 of us are going somewhere. So if we need to drive to Sydney, or a sort of a bigger road trip where we're okay stopping a little bit more frequently for charging. Obviously, it being rear-wheel drive, it only has the standard battery. But yeah, I may consider on those occasions, and maybe just for some content, subscribing to full self-driving. It is a hardware 3 car, so obviously need to wait to see what happens with full self-driving on hardware 3 vehicles, which I know a lot of the comments on my videos on both here and on X have very much been around hardware 3 and obviously release of hardware 3. So I don't think anyone really knows yet. The US obviously has access to it, but version 12 of the full self-driving software. So yeah, I think we will have to wait and see what happens there. Okay, we need to move over to the right lane here. I'm hoping the car does so shortly. We're at 180 meters. We're going to get stuck here. We're going to have to go around. Yeah, not a great... Left it way too late. We had all of that stretch of road. Now I'll be interested to see if the car's going to try and turn right here. We're going to have to take a bit of a detour. It can't go around. Yeah, car tried to go around the roundabout there. So, yeah, not good. Not good. That was a car in the wrong lane at the roundabout, too late to change. So what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to go around this roundabout up here and turn all the way around and come back, which I think probably one of the biggest comments of full self-driving for me, 2 things. I think it needs to improve in its current iteration. One is the navigation. Like that example there, I find it trying to make decisions far too late a lot of the time. We had a good kilometre where there was plenty of room for the car to move over and get into that right lane to move to the right lane to go around that roundabout. And the second one is its overall speed. It's sometimes frustratingly slow. Like now it's doing 63. I can give it a little tap on the accelerator to tell it to go a bit faster, and it will do that. But then randomly it will it'll just start to slow down again. And sometimes when you're on a freeway, so I did Canberra during the week, and yeah, sometimes it's happy sitting on 100 kilometers an hour in a 110 kilometer zone, which can get frustrating. Sometimes, yeah, you got cars behind you, obviously they can go around you. Sometimes it does it in the right lane as well. So you overtake someone, and then the car slows down to 100 and doesn't move over. So they're probably my 2 biggest kind of comments right now. Like, is the software really, really good? Yes, it is. It is really good. It is night and day. It does a lot of things really, really well, and sometimes it surprises the absolute hell out of you in terms of some of the stuff that it does. But then it does some of these real basic things, like you just saw then. I mean, I could have indicated and it would have changed lanes. But again, we're at a point where the car should be able to deal with that based on the mapping data. Like, the car knew all along that it had to go right at that roundabout, and it just never changed lanes until the time it wanted to change lanes. There was a car right next to me. So, and then it wanted to go right at the roundabout from the left lane where there was a car going straight right next to me. So it would have, I don't know if it would have hit the car, but it was causing some level of concern, that's for sure. So even now, like, its right indicator isn't on. It needs to turn around this roundabout and go all the way back the other way, and the indicator isn't on. So I'm hoping it turns on in a second. But yeah, just little things like that. It just needs to be tidied up. Now, will we see that improve with version 14? I hope so. Okay, it should be able to go now. I'm going to touch my foot on the accelerator a little bit to go past that car that was rapidly coming. Okay, so all the way around we should be going, which we are, indicating left to go off, and then back we go to where we were coming from. So yeah, I mean, they're just a couple of things that really I would have thought the car would have done better with. The navigation system in the car is really, really good, but just instances like that, you're just like, why? Like, why did that happen? Why didn't it handle that better? But then it does some other really complicated things really well. So yeah, again, hopeful version 14 does improve that. But we will see. We will see. Rumor has it, I think even sometime this week it's going out to early access. So I don't really know what that means, and I'd love to have a bit of a conversation about that now in terms of like what that means for early access. So obviously there's a few of us in Australia that are on early access, so I am one of them. Ryan is another one, and there's a few others around. Harold and Pete from Ahead of the Curve, and a few others are on, and I know a few others came on just before the release went out publicly. We're all on early access, which you can see by that little camera snapshot icon on the screen. So does that mean, like, what do we think about version 14 being released worldwide, or in the markets where full self-driving supervised is released at the same time? I'm hopeful the answer is yes to that. Obviously, because I'm in early access, and I'd love to test that out and provide feedback. And I've been sending a lot of snapshots and sending a lot of data to try and help push on stuff that doesn't work very well. And the version of full self-driving supervised that we're using is the same as the US, right? It's 13.2.9. It's the same across the board. So my assumption to that is that the software and the data that is being trained on is all encompassed in a single release. So I'm hopeful that with the early access release of version 14 is that maybe we will get it down here. Maybe not the same day, like maybe not the very same push. Maybe, just keeping an eye on this guy. What is he doing? Is he going on the left lane? What's he doing? We've got to change lanes anyway. Again, keeping an eye on this guy. I don't know. What do we think about the release? Maybe they'll hold it back for sort of a week or two whilst they do some extra testing. Are the drivers that were testing at Tesla version 13 before it went to early access and subsequent release, are they testing that now already in Australia? I don't really think anyone knows. I'd love to be able to get my hands on that software sooner rather than later. So I guess we'll see. Sort of this coming week whether that does happen and we do get it in Australia. But fingers crossed. I'm crossing my fingers that we do, and if that is the case, I'm going to be out on the road the second I can get that thing installed to test it out. The other thing that I wouldn't mind seeing is the ability for the cars to have the different modes, right? So I think it's I can't remember what they're actually called, but hurry and standard for the full self-driving modes, which I hope would fix the second gripe that I had earlier, which was all around the car and its kind of desire to go slower than the speed limit. I think that would be nice to see released, even if we don't get full self-driving supervised version 14 right away. I'd hope that maybe those other modes for full self-driving supervised are made available to us sooner rather than later, because I think that will, from the videos and the content that I've seen, car didn't indicate there, which I will push that back. Probably should have indicated there as well, but didn't. I think that would improve the experience quite a lot if we had those modes. And based on the videos I've seen from the US, it definitely does make a difference. Okay, I do have a 5% offset set. It's pretty much what I have it set to all the time. So the car could go 52 if it wanted to. But we are now. We're doing 52 now. So again, it was sitting on 50 for a while. But yeah, good to see it at 53. Okay, 53 works. I guess it's rounded up. But yeah, so far so good. Just the one disengagement so far. So it is school holidays as well at the moment, so there are quite a few more cars on the road, especially just watching that pedestrian. Car did see it quite early, which was good. So there are quite a few more people up here than probably what we normally see. Normally, it's a good indicator then to go around. That was good. And indicating back is good. Yeah, a bit of a favourite holiday destination for a lot of Sydney-siders coming up to where we live on the Central Coast, especially where we are going now. So parking might be a bit of an issue, but we'll see how we go. Oh, you're going this way. Interesting choice. Okay. Interesting choice. Not the way I would have gone navigation-wise, but okay. Maybe there's some traffic in the main part of town just up here. Maybe we're trying to navigate around. Okay, so light is green for straight. Okay, the car could move up here and kind of be into the intersection if it chose to do so. Now, we can go anytime this is clear. We don't have to wait for an arrow to go. We can go as soon as there is a gap in traffic. We could have gone then, I would suggest. Okay, car's going now. It realised that the car was slowing down to stop, and it actually started to creep forward before that light went green, which was good. But yeah, probably feedback there on the car is, again, normally someone would creep into the intersection as that light was not lit, because yeah, it can turn at any time, and because it's in the intersection, it can obviously turn as soon as it is free. But again, car did fine. It waited for there was no other real opportunity for it to go anyway, so it went obviously with the green arrow when it came. Okay, so where we're going now, there's going to be an interesting turn up ahead, which I don't think I've ever done it driving myself. I've come the opposite way against it, but I haven't actually gone this way onto the main road. So it's a bit of it's a right turn onto a main road, but you have there's a sort of a bay in the middle of the road that you can kind of pull into and then merge left once it's free for both sides. So again, we'll be interested to see how the car handles that, depending obviously on how much traffic that we have on that main road. It may be a non-issue and the car can just pull straight across and go straight into the lane it needs to, but we'll see. Those of you that are on the coast, hello to you. We get quite a few comments on my videos from people that are fellow Central Coasties, so hi to you especially. Going through the, I guess, town you could call of Toukley right now. Okay, light goes green, away we go. Okay, again, quite a built-up area, so speed limits traditionally in these areas are 50 kilometers an hour. Alright, so we are going right here. Obviously there's a stop sign. Actually, we're going to be pretty lucky. We're going to luck out and we're going to yeah, we're going to luck out and go straight in. Okay, so that was all good, but like I said, that was the area where you can pull across one lane first and wait for the second lane to become clear if you need to when the traffic is busy. So again, we didn't need to do that. We pulled straight across into the lane that we needed to. So that was not too bad. Okay, speed going up to 80 here. So hopefully the car does go. I've got a car kind of approaching me on the back. So a car starting to speed up. Going up to 73. It could keep going. I'd prefer it to keep going. 75. Okay, not too bad. 76, so we should be able to go 84 should the conditions be appropriate. Okay, we're up to 80, 81. Okay, perfect. So that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. One area where, again, sometimes the car would sit there at 70, right? And obviously when there's cars behind you, they can get a little bit frustrated. So again, just a little touch on the accelerator will normally get the car to increase its speed up to the sort of the right speed. Okay, 8 minutes to go. Not too bad. Again, just the one disengagement. We will put that in a chapter in the video, so those of you that want to skip back to that and have a look at it again, you should be able to find it pretty easily. But other than that, it's been pretty uneventful, I think you can say. It's yeah, not too bad. Hence, it's still supervised, folks. This is the exact reason why it is full self-driving supervised. We need to make sure that we're aware of our surroundings and what's going on, with the ability to step in and jump in and take over as we need to, which was a good example of what we needed to do earlier. But for the remainder of the drive, it's been great. It's been absolutely no problem. So again, huge step up to navigate on autopilot and auto steer, obviously. And I guess one thing we need to ground ourselves with and think about is that in Australia, this is probably the worst that full self-driving supervised is going to get. Yeah, it's our first release, our first piece of software that has been configured or trained on our roads. So my view is it's only going to improve from here, and sure, we may get some little regressions here along the way. That's normal, and we might see that as we move to the early versions of version 14. But I think Elon has stated there's a pretty significant timeline around version 14 into 14.1 and 14.2, and I think the time frame between those releases is just a matter of weeks. So I think, again, we might see some regressions with straight V14, but again, hopeful that they're kind of improved upon as you move into 14.1 and 14.2. And again, the hope, and again, I'll cross my fingers again, is that we get it here. We get it here, and we will be, again, taking you through all of that content and showing you everything there is to know about full self-driving supervised. So again, we'll see. Hopefully we're only a week away from that, which would be fantastic. All right, 5 minutes left. A bit of a build up in some traffic, so we've dropped down to 75 to match the speed of the traffic that we are sitting in. Down to 65 now. Alright, 5 minutes to go. Again, fingers crossed we can get through this without any further disengagement. That would be good to see. Okay, car a little bit on the left of the lane. Another thing I see a little bit frequently is, the car sort of sitting on the left. Sometimes, more often than not, probably on the bends. But I have seen it a few times on the straight road as well, particularly on that drive down to Canberra. And I think, haven't been able to put my finger on specifically the scenario where it happens, but where I've seen it happen more often than not has been where sometimes on the left there's like a double unbroken line, and I'm not sure if the car's using the furthest one to the left as what it sees as the left, which means you're touching the one on the right a little bit or getting close to it. So yeah, it's, again, doesn't happen a lot, but it definitely does happen from time to time where the car just sort of sits on the left rather than being sort of completely centered. But again, not terrible. Car did slow down a little bit for those people crossing in the middle. I did feel definitely a slight touch of the brake, obviously, as the car was being cautious, so I'm okay with that. It wasn't a phantom brake. It wasn't as aggressive as what a phantom brake looks like, but there was definitely a slight slowdown. So again, I find definitely around pedestrians, the car is definitely kind of cautious when it comes to sort of people being around, which is what you want to see. Okay, we're now pulling into the entrance, which is just in front of us and towards the left. Beautiful part of the Central Coast. I'm just looking down to that street, which is where we're going, to see if there's parking, and there looks like there is plenty on the opposite side of the road, which is good. So what we'll do is we will get the car to take us to the street where we need to be, and then we'll obviously take over and find a spot to park, because it's not going to turn around and find a spot, which hopefully is a feature of V14. Fingers crossed. V14 will get us parking, which that'll be pretty cool indeed. Okay, roundabout here, we're going to the right, so we're good to go. Okay, car handles that good. Okay, we need to stay here because we are going to be going right onto this street and not left. Okay, so we need to, a bit of a complicated intersection. We need to wait here. There's a stop sign on our right. Cars on the left can pass freely and no one's coming, so we can handle that without any issue. Good job. Alright, so we're pulling up to where we need to be, so not a bad drive. Just to summarize, one disengagement, which was right near the start of our drive, just due to more of a navigation issue than anything. But other than that, I feel the car did really well. I think the car handled pretty much all the situations really, really well. Can't really complain, even handling this spot sort of really well to wrap up our drive. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. There's definitely going to be more to come, so make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you want to see more, you'll get notified if you hit that notification bell, and if you like the video, feel free to give it a like as well. It does definitely help with my channel as it is rebuilding, to get my videos a little bit further pushed out than what they may be otherwise. So stay safe, keep well, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.